Hello and welcome back. This is day 2 of Home, your 21-day yoga journey. So happy to be here with you once again and hopefully ready to move a little bit more today. So today is ground. We are connecting to the earth, connecting to the element of air, sky above. And the idea is that we have this connection, this strong, sturdy connection, and we're going to explore how we can incorporate Tadasana, mountain pose, into all of our shapes today. So just visualizing that sturdiness, that steadiness, and we'll get started in mountain pose, Tadasana. So standing at the top of your mat in mountain pose, you could have your big toes together coming to touch with the heels slightly apart, or you could also have your feet hip width distance, taking whatever fits for your hips, your joints. Take what feels good. You might roll your palms forward. You might pull your palms together in front of your heart center. Just taking a few moments to land on your mat, arrive in your space, maybe even softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Bringing yourself into the awareness of your body, the awareness of your breath. Acknowledging that you have shown up for day 2. You've committed to your practice. You've committed to yourself. Feel that connection of your feet into the earth. All 4 corners of your feet rooted down, and then drawing that energy up through the legs, through the spine, maybe even growing a little bit taller, opening out through the crown of your head. If you'd like to work with an intention for your practice today, you can set that here. Maybe it's even just the word ground. Maybe it's the phrase, I am grounded. Or anything else that is channeling in. And we'll start with a few half sun salutations to get the energy moving. So release the palms down, flutter eyelids open. Rooting down into the feet, take a breath in, reach your arms up, maybe even gaze up. Exhale to fold forward, perhaps swan diving, arms open, or pulling your palms together through your chest. Halfway lift, bring your hands onto your shins. Maybe you're using your blocks if you've got them. Lengthen through your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold. Ground down through your feet, rise up on an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Again, maybe gaze lifts. Exhale, bring your hands back towards your heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold, hinging at your hips. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen, long spine. And exhale, fold. Root down through your feet, inhale, rise up, arms reach up. Exhale, pull palms towards your heart center. Inhale to reach up, grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And on your exhale, come up and over towards the right side, crescent moon. And so even in this side bend, notice where you can get a little bit taller through the spine. And certainly that element of mountain Tadasana through the lower half of the body, sturdy, strong, supportive. One more breath. Next, inhale, come through center, switch sides, grab hold of your right wrist. Exhale, bring it up and over towards your left side. So with that grounded feeling through the feet and sturdiness of the legs, can you use that foundation to maybe help encourage a little bit of a deeper side bend for one more breath? Beautiful. Coming back up through center on an inhale, turn your palms towards one another. On your exhale, sit low, Utkatasana, powerful pose. Again, maybe making adjustments with the feet here. You could bring them closer together. You could separate them a little bit further apart. Drawing the navel in towards the spine, sitting a little bit lower. So here, where I feel the element of mountain Tadasana is through the upper body spine, really long, spacious through the crown. Core engaged. Good. Take one more big breath in. On your exhale, step your left foot back. Find warrior one. So a little bit of a shorter stance than your crescent lunge, your high lunge. And the back heel, the left heel, will be rooted, connected to the earth. Really, any option with your arms will do. You could open it up to a cactus shape. You could even bring your hands onto your hips for warrior one. Maybe it's keeping them lifted up if that feels okay for shoulder joints. Yes, pressing down, rooting, grounding into the mat. And then feeling that length, that connection up towards the sky. One more breath. Let's take the hands into the hips, pick up the back heel, bend into the back leg, and spring forward. Come back to your mountain pose. Tadasana. I like to think of this as one of my home bases, a chance to regroup, recollect, reground. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, sit low, Utkatasana, second set. Building that fire through the legs. Building strength, stability. Maybe this time even play with lifting your toes up off of the floor, sending a little bit more weight towards the heels. Open up through the chest. Again, any variation with the arms that feels good for the shoulders. Good. Plug the toes back down. Take a breath in. Exhale, find warrior one on the second side. Right heel reaches back. Reground into that lunge. And really press down into the outer edge of the right foot this time. Soft through your shoulders. Open through your heart center. Strong and sturdy through the legs. One more big breath in. And a breath out. Bring your hands to your hips. Pick up that back heel. Step forward. Find your mountain pose. Let's take that half sun salutation once again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Pressing down through the feet on an inhale, lift your spine halfway. Exhale to fold. Plant your palms. This time, let's take a high plank, stepping way back. Keep the shoulders in line over top of the wrists. Always an option to bring your knees down here. Press the mat away from you. Can you find that long line through the crown of the head, out the heels, even with the knees tapped down? Wrapping the rib cage in. Feel that fire through the belly for one more big breath in. Exhale, lowering all the way down onto belly. Extend your toes back behind you, spine strength. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Ground your pelvis down. Take a breath in, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Strong legs, strong glutes. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale to lower. Let's play with floating the palms this time. Breathe in, lift up. On your exhale, maybe float those palms. Good. Lowering down, tucking your toes. Press to your tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Hips nice and high. Good. Feel that connection now between your palms, your finger pads, your knuckles into the earth. Notice how that creates a lot of stability for this shape, for the shoulders. So that connection of your hands into the floor in this shape really helps to stabilize, and again, helps to extend through the spine and creating that long line just like in Tadasana. And from here, let's start to walk the hands back towards the toes. You could take a big bend into your knees, moving into a forward fold towards the back edge of your mat. You could make it really passive by bending into the knees a little bit more. You could even take opposite elbows. Allow the crown of the head to pour forward. And slowly begin to release that grip, bending into your knees and rolling yourself all the way up. We meet in mountain pose, Tadasana. A little bit of balancing now. Let's plug into the left leg. Lift the right knee forward. You could have your hands on your hips, maybe floating the arms out beside you. Just notice what it feels like now to balance on one leg. Root down, ground into that supporting foot, and then take tree pose. Open the knee out towards the side. Find the foot along the inner line of the calf or maybe the inner thigh. Hands to hips, hands in front of your heart, or maybe reaching up for a tall tree today. Again, find that connection to the earth, find that connection to the sky. One more breath, beautiful focus. Gather palms back together in front of your heart. Maybe bring them back to your hips as you release that right knee forward. And then plant that foot down. Taking the same shape on the second side. Ground down into the right foot. Just start with a hover of that left knee. Notice how that right ankle wants to stabilize. Totally normal for those little wobbles to happen. Good, and then open that left knee out towards the side again. Maybe even the toes stay on the floor. You might glide that foot to the inner thigh. Plug into the right big toe mound. Land your gaze somewhere that helps you balance. And then take your shape. Steady, strong, spacious and open. Beautiful. And slowly starting to bring everything back in towards the center. Let's release the left knee forward and bring that foot back down. Reground, find that home base in mountain. Connect to your breath. Let's take it down to the mat. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, halfway lift, long spine. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Walk your hands forward. Find your downward facing dog. Again, find that plugging in of the finger pads, your knuckles. High through the hip bones for one more breath. Good. Let's tap the knees down. And I'll give two options here. You could take a toe stretch. So having the toes curled under like this, maybe even kind of bringing the pinky toes underneath. Palms down for a little bit more of a grounding action. If this gets really intense, it is quite a deep stretch through the arches of the feet. We're opening up into the fascia. Absolutely cool to come into Virasana, hero's pose. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths. So again, palms to the tops of your thighs. You could soften your gaze down or close your eyes. Connecting to your breath. Soften your neck, soften your jaw. Maybe coming back to your intention. Maybe that mantra, I am grounded. And slowly begin to reach your palms forward. If you took that toe stretch, you want to give it a little tap out, just wiggling through the ankles, toes. Good. And then we'll swing our legs around. So you could sit onto one side. And we'll take Cobbler's pose, butterfly, Barakanasana. If you would like to, you could elevate your hips. So you could sit on a block. You might have a blanket or a pillow, a bolster. So you could elevate the hips here. Just opening up into the inner thighs. I like to draw the heels pretty close to the hips. And then you could take hold of the outer edges of the ankles. You could also take hold of your toes. You could even wrap your peace fingers into the big toe mounds. So lots of different options here. Wherever you are really long through your spine. Again, feel the sitting bones either into the earth or into your prop if you're sitting on something. And then feel that length through the spine, that mountain spine. Good. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe opening out through the knees a little bit further for a bit of a deeper stretch into the inner thighs. One more breath. Good. Let's gather the outer edges of the knees in towards the center. And then we'll make our way down onto our backs to finish in Shavasana. So Shavasana can look very different for everyone, and it could even look different for you from day to day. So take what feels comfortable for your low back. So you might extend your legs long. You might even walk your heels out and let your knees fall in towards the center. Let's bring one hand onto belly, one hand onto chest. If that feels comfortable, Again, a really nice way to reground and just tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. So feel the support of the earth beneath you as you surrender to this stillness. Acknowledge that you have shown up today for yourself, for this community. Hopefully feeling a little bit more grounded as you move through the rest of your day or evening. I thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 3.